They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Running left, Taylor. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talked about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the handoff, this is Taylor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll run here with Taylor. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle there by the safety, but in truth, he's really playing linebacker because he's lined up so close to the line of scrimmage. He's able to read and react with force and make the play behind the line.
Touchdown, Colts! T.Y. Hilton, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And we'll tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs. And the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he will find his man on the outside. Touchdown, Browns. Odell Beckham from 17 yards out. And the Browns have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Rosas now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Myles Garrett providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Tannehill. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Tannehill. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Colts pick it up. The 40, 20, 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Indianapolis. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. Play action. It's Tannehill. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 79 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns will take over here at their own 12-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They run right side with Hunt. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. He completes it to Beckham. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A carry here for Hunt, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the counter, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. First and 10, Taylor now. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Now the pitch goes to Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
26 yards.
And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They'll roll him out right. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. Flush to his right. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tannehill throwing again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Sliding out of the pocket. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run the counter. Taylor.
Taylor's got the first down and more.
He's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even? They just scored. They kick this extra point and tie it. They're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw complete there to Beckham. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And some room to roam now. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front. Rosas good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill swings this out for Hunt. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. Oh, what a move. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Tannehill. He finds his target, Beckham. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Now Williams running left. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have moved out in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 76 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? From the 36, Tannehill. Room to run past midfield. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 91 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Hunt. And
the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Here's Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ryan Tannehill taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They run once more with Taylor.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
2nd down and 8.
He'll drop to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kevin Farley.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 26.
104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Hunt. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes now. Here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it with Williams. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns have moved out in front. Rosas good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he is out of bounds. 25 seconds to go as he does pick up a first. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. But he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. On third down, it's Taylor able to push his way through, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.